Releasing deception with true unity. I've already done a true unity about self delusion when we deceive ourselves, but also, of course, in life, we can be deceived by others. And it can be extremely painful and a big betrayal when we figure out we've been deceived. And a lot of time, I have people asking me, what can I do to make sure I don't fall in the trap of deception? Of course, there are no 100% guarantees that we won't be deceived again. Yet, there are some things we can do to strengthen ourselves and make sure we don't fall into the same trap again. So, if you're having trouble with being deceived, if you're being told you're too naive, this is the video for you. And if you want to heal from a betrayal, you have to wait until there will be a new True Unity video. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you haven't done any of these True Unity videos before, check out True Unity Explained for some more explanation, or simply follow along with the steps. So the first thing is that when we are vulnerable to deception, it's because we want to believe the other person. They are telling us something that we really want, so that is why we believe them. They say they really want a relationship with us because that is what we want. They say that this is a really good job opportunity, and because that is what we want, we believe it, and we kind of forget to check out with our own analytic skill if this is really true. So the first thing to make sure that we don't fall in a deception trap is to make sure that we engage our own critical thinking. So take a step and say, I engage my own critical thinking. And if it's comfortable to you, you feel comfortable and strong. And if it's not, you might feel wobbly. You might feel that it's very mean. You know, when somebody comes and says, this is a great job opportunity or a great business opportunity, and your critical thinking says, like, no, actually it isn't. It doesn't pay very much, or it's commission based, and that's going to be really tough, or I don't believe in the product. We don't want to be mean. We don't want to say to the other person, this is crap. So we kind of try to convince ourselves that our friends know what they're talking about, etc., etc. But this is wrong. This is where we are going to fall into the trap of deception. So it's very clear that we need to understand that we're not being mean when we use our own critical thinking. We're simply making sure that we're eyes open, focused on the truth. The truth is not mean, it just is. So breathing in and out, I embrace my critical thinking. So the second thing to do is to understand the difference between something being true and something we hope for. So when somebody says they want to have a relationship with us, it could be something we hope for because we also are in love. But we need to see if that's really the truth. So that also means that our heart needs to see if something is the truth and not run away with our desires, with our hopes, with our wishes. So the second thing to do if you want to be strong in the face of deception and not fall into the trap is to understand your heart's wisdom. I embrace and understand my heart's wisdom. And our hearts are wise. They've been broken and they know the signals and the signs, but we need to listen to that kind of uncomfy feeling that somebody is just a little too charming, or the words they're saying are just a little too right, but they don't actually have the actions that belong with them. Actually, just engage your heart's wisdom, and you will be that much harder to deceive. And the second and the last step is the most important, is that we can always ask for our intuition or higher power to give us a sign and a message on if something is really true. Of course, we can still be very human, because I've seen people actually interpret really bad signs as good signs because they want, again, to be deceived. They want to have something happen. So if you know that you are still struggling with that, it actually helps to ask somebody else for advice, or ask somebody else to interpret your sign. And the step would be, I engage my spiritual wisdom. So now you are that much harder to deceive, and you will be able to keep your eyes open on the truth, which is the biggest prize of all. And if you need any help, don't forget, you can always ask me for a free intake.